My people, we got to start checking these sources. There is too many lies, too much fake information, misinformation, and fake news being spread in this world. It's on TV, it's on your phone, it's happening person to person. It is becoming terribly bad. But the thing is, I want you to learn. I'm a curious person. I want to learn. I want to take in as much information as possible. But the only way to do that is when you take in new information, fact check it. Especially if you go spread it to people. I know people who see one random fun fact on Instagram and then they immediately go on to tell somebody, did you know this? Did you know that? Whole time it was a lie. They'll have on Instagram, fun fact, the Egyptians came to Louisiana to start Mardi Gras and they ate crawfish and they jigged and they made TikToks and then they went back and they smashed every phone that existed and then let someone else recreate it. And people will be like, oh my God, the Egyptians were so advanced. They weren't. By the way, they weren't. But people actually believe that stuff. And if you think I'm lying, you got another thing coming for you. People really believe these things and they go and spread it and people start to believe these things. This is becoming an issue. It's been an issue, but it's terrible. It's very bad in politics. People have ideas and beliefs, different beliefs, and that's cool. But when they don't have facts to rely on, they start to create stuff. They start to create stories, and then when you tell them, all right, I want to fact check, where's your source? They don't have anything. You'll see it all the time. People will believe something or they'll be following some trend. And when you ask them to explain why they believe this, what proof do they have? What do they stand on? There's nothing. There's nothing at all. So it brought this to my attention other than daily life is I was sent the opportunity to work with someone, a partnership. Sponsor this video, Smart News. Now, Smart News is a very reliable search engine. They have an app that's fabricated to you. You get to choose what you want to see. You don't have to see politics. You can look at animals. You can look at fashion. But everything there is fact-checked. The sources are reliable. It's a good app. Now, they did a trivia night, which I thought was cool. But the trivia night, I think they started with like the first few questions. They answered them correctly. And then they started to use fake answers. And they were like, we're influenced by social media. I'm going to show you how we'll react to it real quick. Just to show y'all what really happens in real life, in real time. So I'm gonna start this up real quick. It's a misinformed trivia night.
Misinformation and low quality news has become a big problem. So today, we're taking over a local trivia night with the misinformed trivia host to see what a group would do when they can't trust their sources.
Are you guys ready for some trivia?
Yes.
I got the tough questions and some of you got the right answers. All right, so look around. This is your competition, okay? All right, we'll get started.
First question.
If you are fluent in Castilian, that means you speak the standardized dialect of what European language? Boom, everyone is in.
Hola.
The answer is Spanish. You might be flying high. Wait.
First and foremost, this has nothing to do with the video. I've always wanted to be on trivia, right? It just, I think I would do good. I think.
So question 2. Which U.S. state has the most professional sports teams?
They have everything.
Count them out. Use your team's fingers. The answer is New York.
Misinformation.
Don't forget about Buffalo.
Now watch this.
There's 21 teams in California and 11 in New York.
I saw that on multiple pages on my social media.
That right there. I saw it on multiple pages of my social media. Now they know, right? They know the correct answer, and I think they did well.
Okay.
Next question.
They ain't really, they didn't really stop the trivia night. They didn't really do anything that made people like, okay, that was wrong. They didn't fact check it. Now some people knew, which is cool. But the thing I wanted to point to was the host. Now he's joking. The whole trivia night is a joke. But he said, I've seen it on multiple pages of my social media. A lot of people get their news from social media, which is cool because there's a lot of things that go around. There's a lot of information that is covered, a lot of things that are uncensored on social media that I think is cool, but people don't fact check. One problem that I have in particular with social media is when people lie to their audiences. For example, people that are on steroids, they would literally sit here and tell you they're natural. They're not on anything. And then people will start working out And after 2-3 weeks, they haven't put on 50 pounds of muscle and they don't have veins from their head to their toe. And they think they're less than because they're not seeing the same results. But this person that you look up to is on steroids, is on performance enhancing drugs. And you feel like you're less than because you don't compare to this person, but they are literally sticking something unnatural into their body. And now you feel a certain type of way. There's people who get on here and they lie about how vulnerable they are and what they've been through and what they have. Right? People go rent cars, take a bunch of videos and pictures of them, tell you that they're rich, and then sell you a course about how to get rich, and they're not rich themselves. It happens all the time. But like I said, getting back to the misinformation, it's all misinformation. And I'm talking about facts of the world, political things, true things that are going on around us, the wars, a little bit of everything. Propaganda, right? You have to fact check these things before you spread information. Because if you think about it, imagine if 10 more years go by, 20 more years go by, 30 more years go by, and all these things you've seen on social media that you haven't corrected people on, or you haven't corrected in your own brain, imagine if you keep spreading those things. And then you spread that on to your children. And then they spread that on to their children. History literally gets erased. Now, I'm not gonna lie, maybe that'll be a good thing, because, our history is janky at this point. The world's becoming a joke. But, like I said, man, if you're gonna spread information, at least know it's right. And I like this little experiment that Smart News did. So if you want a reliable news source, check out Smart News. It's a pretty cool thing. And I'll have the link in the bio, link in the comments too. You'll be able to see that. But let me close this down real quick.
So you're probably wondering, what can we do about this? There's a whole lot. I'm about to give you a Shaman Davis audiobook classic. Anyways, first and foremost, we can all take some personal responsibility and accountability. We can take responsibility for the information that we share. Before we forward a post, share an article, or even comment on a video, we should pause to ask, is this information true? Is it backed by a credible source? Is it my feelings? Is it personal experience? Is it true? We must resist the urge to share content that aligns with our pre-existing beliefs without checking whether it's real or fake. It's easy to get caught up in things that are familiar because that's how we process information. We process things in patterns. But if we become more deliberate in our own consumption and the sharing of information, we can reduce the spread of misinformation at the grassroots level. I say all this to say, we play a role in this. Social media plays a role in this. The world plays a role in this. It's a whole bunch of roles being played in this big movie. We have to hold ourselves accountable. We have to hold these platforms accountable. They're not going to do it. They don't care. They make money regardless, and that's just what it is. So be more conscious of what you consume. Stay away from that phone if you can. But if you are going to be on that phone, make sure you're consuming things consciously. Make sure you are consuming things of validity. I love you guys. You guys take care. Enjoy the scenery. And don't forget, my people, in today's world, finding trustworthy news can be tough. But with Smart News, you don't have to worry about all that. This app is built on facts and only the most reliable sources, so you can stay informed without falling for misinformation. Now, take care, be safe, and I'ma holler at y'all.